her.
Yeah, Wendy. Gabby made history, the first American to win a gold medal for team and individual all around. Now Gabby Douglas is answering critics who some people have a problem with her hair, the way she wears her hair.
KENDRA G, can you explain? It just makes me so mad. I love everything about her.
Okay, well, let me defend the critics first of all, because I have to be honest. I was one at one point in time. I think hair is such a sensitive topic in the African American community. And when we saw her here, we were like, we want it to be a little bit permed up or edged up, but it wasn't right. I apologize for all the critics. We always loved Gabby. We were always very proud of Gabby. But what it is Gabby works out, what, 60 hours a week? Right. It takes 3 days to get my hair like this. So I could never win a gold medal. So I think we were definitely wrong, but I want to defend the critics because I think people think they weren't supportive.
Okay, well, I started seeing these tweets, and so we picked out an example of it. Okay. I really am going to need Gabby Douglas to fix the strand of hair that is not pulled back in her clip. Now, all of the girls, there it is right there.
Yeah.
But all the Fab Five wear their hair the same way for gymnastics reasons. You want to show off your body. You crop your hair as tight as you can against your head.
Well, you just put it out of your face. I think it's like most of the girl athletes. All you do is you just tie it back in a knot, throw it in a ponytail, and you just don't give much thought of it. You know, it's not like they wear a ton of makeup. You know, they're just trying to be. That's what they do. So why is she getting so much criticism for this?
Like I said, it's a sensitive topic in the African American community about hair in general. And no, it was not right, but I think the critics made those comments out of ignorance. But we always loved Gabby. We love Gabby.
That's what you're talking about? That one little teeny tiny hair on the side?
I know you can't understand it. I know you can't understand it. I know you can't understand it. But as an African American woman, I understood what the critics were saying. And again, it was not right. We are all now educated. We love Gabby. Always loved Gabby.
Why do they want her to have quote unquote good hair while you're performing?
You know, like I said, like I keep saying it, it's a sensitive topic. You know, African American women, like I said, it takes me 3 days to get my hair like this. Whether it's right or wrong, it's just the reality of the situation. And I think with Gabby, you know, we want her always to look her best. And she is fabulous. She taught us all a lesson, really, because don't worry about your hair, worry about your talent. And that's what I learned from her.
She said, I just made history.
Right.
And you're talking about my hair?
Yes. It could be bald or short. It doesn't matter about my hair. And I love that comment because it shows how strong she is, how confident she is in her own skin, and we need to adapt more of that. So,
Yesterday afternoon, I get a tweet from Oprah. Yeah, I follow Oprah.
She tweeted you?
She goes, hey, look who's driving me around in Barbados. And I look closely, I go, wait a second. That's Rihanna.
It is Rihanna, yes. They were out there. Oprah is doing an interview with Rihanna, which will air August 19th on Oprah's Next Chapter.
What do you want to hear out of that interview?
Oprah hasn't interviewed Rihanna since the Chris Brown fight, since the whole situation. So I want to hear, you know, why did she forgive them? Are they still sleeping together? You know, Rihanna's such a huge star now. Is she dating anyone? How is she staying so focused? Did her grandmother's death affect her? You know, there's so much for Oprah to talk to Rihanna about, but we really want to know about the relationship between her and Chris Brown to this day, I think.
So, what are you hearing, that Rihanna and Chris are together? I heard they were in Saint-Tropez or someplace on the yacht.
Yeah, we talked about this last week. Like, they both had yachts in the same location. They did a song together a couple months ago. I think they're probably still sleeping together. I do, Mike.
What do you think of that?
I don't agree, but I understand because they're young and that world is just not a normal world in a sense.
Probably none of our business, but I mean, who are you sleeping with right now?
Actually, I'm not sleeping with anybody, Mike.
I'm just kidding.
Fine,
you don't have to answer him. You're going to learn. Don't answer.
Great to see you.
Thank you. Have a great day, everybody.
See you again tomorrow.